Going on, guys? I don't know what happened with that last one. I just got a message saying that people were waiting. Sorry about that. Taped up in the bed now. Now just done it. Well, fire extinguisher fell out today. Not out of the truck, but it fell off of the mount. That sucked, which was awesome because it was right before I got inspected. So that was sweet. Found that. What's going on, guys? What's up, Daniel, Robert? What's up, everybody? Oh yeah, you guys don't know that I got inspected. Sorry. I just did a part for the vlog that I'm doing right now. Sorry. My mind is toast today. Today sucked. Oh yeah, no problem there, J Rolls. No problem at all. Yeah, actually, yeah, Jordan, you're the one that I saw that was the comment that was waiting. I had no idea at all. Personal personal conveyance to stop the scales. Mm, I wouldn't use it if I was going by scales. Probably. That's a big gray area, and it's not up to you. I'd avoid PC unless I don't know, unless you got a good reason to be doing it. I'd avoid PC with a trailer unless you got a good reason to be doing it. I know it's legal now in some cases, but I have it's a GS at Jeff. Yeah, yeah, I've seen you on Instagram there. Talk about sleeping in the truck again. No, I'm done. I sleep in the truck. Somebody else don't want to, they don't have to. So let's see what we got. 24 people in here. What's up, Dean? From Australia, man. It's I don't even know what time it would be over there. That's a long way. What's up, Chuck? PC, West Virginia to Phoenix and back. Man, that's a risky one there. I PC pretty far, but not often. 4 more months in a semi, you get your ran. There you go. Gonna get that experience under your belt. So this thing's easy to maneuver once you're out of a big truck. Today, I am in Manchester, Tennessee. That's where I ended today. John and Apopka, 11:30 in New Zealand. Man, venue tractors. Yeah, I've seen those guys do that in California. That's pretty wild. Some of them have like the really tall ones. Oh, you've been in a truck for 17 years. Okay, we good to go there. How's the loads and prices? Yeah, I'm going to talk about that. Uh, it's not fun right now, not for me anyway. I see good loads on the board. Um, it's just the situation I'm in right now to where I didn't season this MC, and it was it's not like it was on probably I didn't want to like risk my business just for YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I wanted everybody that's good content to see the startup, but I knew what to expect. I've done this before, not under my own MC, but I have booked trucks and stuff from startup companies. So it's a lot, it's just a lot like it was then a couple of years ago. So it's that big waiting game. And it's like every time you hit a benchmark, like 90 days, it's like it's almost like a celebration. Like it's almost like some kind of big anniversary deal. And the 6 month mark is huge, and the 1 year mark is huge. It's crazy. But it gets easier, easier and easier and easier. But it does take time, and you lose it's a lot of headache. I'm so not used to being told no as far as booking loads. Where it's not me saying it to where it's not a thing to where the price isn't what I want it to be, or the situation just kind of does, it's like, it's not even me. They're like, how old's your MC? 2 weeks. Now, oh man, it sucks, but it is what it is, and it's how it is. And anybody wanting to get into this, that's what they're going to go through too. 20 miles away, John. You must live. I don't know if you live north or south. Probably west from here. It seems like that's where all the fun is over there, going towards Lynchburg and all that. Twin Cities. I'm headed that way. I'll be up there Tuesday. Working on getting a trailer. All right. Good luck, man. Russell. Team driving hot shot. Um, I've seen it work. I mean, I've seen team loads and stuff like that, but you're gonna have to modify the truck in order to make it legal for both of you to drive. You're gonna have to have a correct sleeper berth. That um, I've posted it on a few videos, and I think one is actually in that 8-hour video. If you want to go back and look at that, CVM. There's a company that does make an upgrade to the back of your truck, not like a extra sleeper berth or nothing like that, but you do have to pull the door panels, and you do have to trim the door skins a little bit. So if it's your own truck and you want to go through with that, but the harness, it's because the truck isn't exactly wide enough. It's got to be a certain width, but you've got to have the correct harness system inside of it too. It's got to withstand so much, and seatbelts don't cut it. It's got to be a different style, like you see in the bunk of a semi truck. But I mean, I mean, teams will just get you more loads faster, because that's the goal here. You get stuff on your trailer and get it off as quick as you can, and then fill its spot. It's not that easy, but that's a perfect world. Enterprise canceling hotshot. No, they're not canceling it. This virus crap has just really screwed up production. Which is kind of weird right now too, because I haven't heard any more about the auto manufacturers making ventilators, but that was the excuse in the spring. But I know that it has screwed up a lot of stuff. Even people trying to get trucks built, the wait list is stupid right now. 28 PJ with 5-foot mega ramps. Are you doing non-CD? Is that 28 plus, or is that 28 total? Because that's pretty short, man. You're gonna have a hard time stacking stuff up. Being on my own versus being with Toe Piglet. Uh, I mean, it's really the same. I kind of just did my own thing when I was with him, and that's what, when you lease on with a company, you kind of do your own thing anyway. If they give you the reins to do that, which he did. How do I like it right now? I don't. I wish I could just call him book a load instead of having to deal with all this stuff. But it is what it is. Um, so I haven't told your wife. Best to ask forgiveness on that, I guess. Have time to grab a coffee or something. Russell, where here? Let me see. Oh, okay. No. Oh, yeah. Up in Minnesota. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know how big, and it's just, it's minute by minute right now. It's easier, harder to get into towing RVs. That's pretty easy. But it comes with it. I mean, the earning potential versus this isn't there, but it's a little bit more. I mean, it'd probably be a good place to start. I know a lot of people start doing that because it's pretty consistent. So even though the amount you could make per load isn't there, the consistency is, and that's pretty important, especially with winter coming up. Factories opened up 2 weeks ago in Arden. Good, that's good news. Because the last I heard was January, but I think that's really just speculation. Because it seems like everybody I've talked to, nobody really knows yet. I mean, somebody knows, but they ain't telling me. Super rules, someone sleep in the back while moving. Yeah, that's because if you're doing teams, the person you're with has to be able to take um, a 10-hour break. But if the truck's in motion, you can't be off duty. So what it is you have to log it as sleeper berth. Yeah, primarily, yeah, on that stupid U-ship website, huh, Robert? Oh yeah, yeah, I remember you, Louis. Bill. That's where they got you saved at, Bill. Yeah, I'm making it work, but I mean it's almost like forcing it right now. It's so weird. Hey KB, what's going on, man? Um, so the problems I'm running into, um, 90-day mark, that's a big killer right now. Um, the 90-day mark is by far the most it's the biggest hot shot. Dave, I'm at the Walmart in Manchester, Tennessee. Um, the biggest hurdle right now is the 90-day mark. That's what's killing me on loads the most. That's what gets me cut off the load almost immediately. The second thing that's hurting me right now that I haven't experienced in hot shot, and that was booking. I mean, this has been like a year now, over a year, is air ride. There I lost 3 loads today to air ride. That and it was like that was like the last question too. Like everything was good to go and great paying loads too. Like I mean, it was like all my little bubbles were getting popped all day long, and it just sucked so bad, so bad. So yeah, next trailer definitely going to be air ride. Next trailer again. Something I wanted to talk about was I have come across a pretty good opportunity to haul more equipment, like like 14, 15,000 pound tractors and stuff like that. And these pull out ramps can't handle them as far as weight goes. And yeah, I could get them reinforced and all that, but still, I've missed out on a couple other things too because of the angle of it. And I know if some of y'all saw Topig's video, you know that those little stubby ramps that he had, even with a dovetail, was too steep. Um, so I'm really kind of regretting now. What I was thinking about at first was the the flat deck without the ramps, because I had heard when I started all this, I had heard that shippers were kind of against that and stuff like that, and I had actually seen it one time, but I figured, the guy that told me that knew a lot more about this than I did, so I kind of took his advice, and I kind of wish that I would have got ramps now. It would have helped me a lot more than it's ever hurt me. So I'm uh I'm definitely rethinking that. Really just to haul more equipment, and it's so much easier to just throw the ramps down. I mean, with the pull out ramps, I mean they're not very wide. You got to line that stuff up, and even when the front axle gets on, I still go make sure that the back's lined up. That really hold me back. I feel like, but whatever. I'll make what I got work for now. Install air ride myself, probably, but I want a spread. I miss a spread. I do not like this equalizer bar in between the suspension. I'm not having issues with it. It just looks like an issue. Uh, Here I come standard with a semi. Actually, yeah, with a semi, yeah, with the trailers, it depends on what it is. I pulled tankers and none of them had air ride. Air ride's another way to wean out hot shots. Yeah, that's like listing something's 48 foot when it's not. A 48 foot, 1,900 pound load. Come on, I saw one of those the other day. Get out of here. Just say no hot shots. Your ramp trailer with dovetail. Yeah, that's. I think that's what's going to be next, especially if I can. I think I can get in hauling this equipment stuff, but I don't want to be only able to haul one or two things. I don't want to limit myself any more than I already am. Thinking about going mega ramps and air ride. Yes, I am. And yeah, do some forklift freight. That's what I've heard, but like I said, I've only seen that happen one time. I've heard about it, but I haven't. I've never been asked if I had ramps or not for a load. I've been asked if I have an air ride a lot for a load. Though. You see what's in the budget. Might have to start with a 25K rating. That's what I started with right now. I'll probably go. I'd probably get the next trailer. Probably going to have 12K on it. Diamond C, there is a dealer next to me. I'm going to talk. I've talked to them already. I'm thinking about it. CVM. Weight is going to be Weight's going to play the part here. I'm not really crazy about brand names just yet because I haven't really tried out much. I know a lot of people pull a lot of things, but weight is gonna the weight of the trailer with all the stuff I need to get on it or that I want to get on it. That's what's gonna weight and price really price points. Air ride trailers full of smokes. So yeah, you know, tell me, right, man. I just came out of Indiana. You know where the state birds are road cone. God, that state beat me to death today. Uh, yeah, I saw a car. Uh, moved many 20s and 40s. I I've moved a couple. I try not to though because my fuel mileage dumps with containers. I'd move one short. I wouldn't move one cross country. It's gonna have to, and because the further a container goes, really, the less it's worth hauling. Am I gonna get my own truck? Depends. If I can find like a local or regional gig, um, I think that owning a truck would make more sense. But with the miles that I put on these right now, it just doesn't make sense to me. That's just me though. Am I really just enterprise now? Because I mean, you pack some miles into a month, and it's a payment for sure. Headed Okie. All right, man. All right, see you, Dave. Thanks, man. So yeah, that's one of the biggest things that so far, really, this whole week, it seems like I've had to pass a lot of loads because of air ride. But the number one killer has definitely been the 90-day mark. So it's not a myth. Have I hauled into Canada or Mexico? No, neither ever. I actually got a passport just to pull. I really wanted an Alaska load, and there were opportunities at a place I was with, but that's what got me a passport. Uh, what is needed? I don't know. I know it's a lot of paperwork. I'm not sure how IFTA falls into that, but I do know that when you do file IFTA, all the territories or the what are they? They're not. Are they states? I don't know. My mind's dead right now. Anyway, all the places up in Canada do have their own spot on the IFTA. So all I know is that I've heard that fuel up there is really expensive, and so is food. Like if you were going to Alaska, because that's like a 7-day run from the middle of the country here. Yeah, till 9. I'll be calling about a layover. Depending on dispatch companies, uh, you would have to vet them, and that's hard to do if you don't know how to book freight yourself. I don't know if you do or not, Logan, but uh, you can. It's kind of hard because you don't really know. Nobody's going to guarantee you anything. They can, if they say they do, just don't even call them back. But I would try to avoid flat rate dispatch companies, and I would go with somebody that works on a percentage because now they have incentive to make you money. Whereas if it's flat rate, they get paid whether you do or not. So thoughts on non-CDL having an auxiliary fuel? Is it worth the wait? Uh, Weight's gold on non-CDL. Um, I don't have an auxiliary fuel tank, and I don't have an issue hitting places I need to hit. Just got to look ahead and make sure that I mean, because I even fill up 2 times a day maybe. It's not really that hard to keep up on fuel. But with you guys, you wouldn't have to worry. See, with IFTA, I've kind of got to play a dance with fuel tax and state versus miles without having to owe a state a whole bunch of money because I never bought fuel there because it's expensive. Um, with you guys, you don't have to worry about that. So you could just load up on cheap fuel whenever you come across it. How much Alaska go for? I wouldn't go less than 5. I've I was seeing loads, and I mean this was through like CH Robinson a year ago. They would consistently take loads up there for 15K. And I don't know what it was, but I mean, one way you go in, you come back, you could come all the way back out to like Washington State, deadhead, and it'd still be, $2,700, $500 weeks. Do I recommend opening under an LLC? I would recommend opening under something that isn't your own social, but I talked to an accountant because it's gonna depend on what your state does for either income tax or payroll tax or self-employment tax. It depends on the rates. But I'd look at LLC or S corp. I'd ask them which one's more beneficial for you. Depends what you haul, if the tank's worth it or not. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, reaching out to the brokers built the work. Yes. Oh, with TP? No, no, I haven't. I'm not gonna do any of that because I mean, really, I didn't come across a broker that I worked with more than once anyway. Because I was there so, I wasn't there very long. I was only there a couple months, but um, usually, I mean, if they've got your phone number, usually sometimes the broker will reach back out to you. Or have a 48 gallon. Yeah, this one's like I think probably 43 or 44. Always need equipment. Yeah, yeah, it's a good one there, Redmond. Fuel is dirt cheap in states. Some states they are, especially with a good fuel card too. Oh, and in California a lot. Auxiliary tank. Yeah, yeah, but you definitely want to grab some fuel in California. You're gonna all every tax, all that tax for every gallon you burned in it. 155 gallon auxiliary tank. Come to hate it. Yeah, yeah. I can't see out the back glass. I leave mine covered up. You see the shade still in it. I never take it down. Even when I'm backing into the trailer, I just use the mirrors, bring it out. But I've got a toolbox too. But yeah, with the size of this cab and the fact that it's a long bed, but the I've got the ball to the front. It's offset 3 inches, so when you flip it, it brings it 6 inches. Some people are asking me how I cleared length issues, and that was part of it. Trump or Biden. Somebody asked me that the other day, or the last time the other day. I haven't done a live in over a month. I am. I've never voted. I'm not registered to vote, and I probably never will. I say cheaper start shouting or just go similar. Cheaper. Well, I don't know. I mean, cheaper on out of your own pocket. I mean, obviously, Hotshot is cheaper to start, but it depends on what you've got. But it depends on what you've got lined up. I mean, there's opportunity. I mean, of course, there's tons of opportunity for a semi truck to make way more money than a Hotshot. But I'm just not in that crowd. I don't guess. I didn't. It depends on where you live too. Major factor right there. I don't really have a lot of freight that comes out of where I live. So charges 10% per load. Um, if they don't, if they'll let you book your own stuff too, see, you can kind of double dip a little bit. You can learn how to use the boards yourself, or you can browse them yourself. But some of those dispatch companies have their own freight or their own brokers in their pocket. So, and see, you won't get that starting out. So, um, 10%'s a little high, but it could be worth it. It's a whole lot better than not paying any percent and not being able to find loads. So you got to weigh that option. Air ride's too much maintenance, more parts to fix. Yeah, yeah, but it makes more money, and man, it feels so much better. I don't know what I'd have to fix first, the air ride or my lower back. We got around some of the brokers with the 90-day waiting game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of people I could call, and I might, because I mean, I've dealt with this will be counting mine. I've dealt with 4 different MCs through brokers over the last 2 years. So I mean, there's people I could call, but and there's a couple that I have, but I mean, I knew before I even called them that I was going to have to wait. I was basically just confirming that they were a couple of them are a year. You gotta have your MC open for a year, and they can't bypass that. They won't let them. They won't even let me go through the system. There's too many checks in place. Fuel tank in one, yeah. Yeah, I kind of if I get an auxiliary, it'll definitely be one with a fuel box or with a toolbox in the top of it. It's the best fuel card to get. More than one. There really isn't a best. Um, it all depends on where you run. There's some places to where an EFS card is good. There's some places to where a Fleet One card is good. Um, a lot of cards have their perks, but I mean the ones that just give you like 10 cents off at like 2 truck stops, that's not be better than that. It's my favorite lane to run. I like running the Midwest and the northern Rockies like Montana and Idaho and Utah. That's just the view really. I don't even really mind it in the winter. A lot of horse hauling in Kentucky, yeah. Yeah, those guys are set though. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's usually the farms that have their own trucks. And they are nice. And the trailers are nice. Do I factor? Yes, I do factor. And I don't just factor because I don't have the overhead to wait for all those loads. I factor because with the percentage that I factor, whether you factor at 3% or 4%, I mean, on 100K, let's say you gross 200K in a year. At 3%, you're paying basically an accounts receivable person $6,000 a year at 3% on 200K or $8,000 a year. I mean, who else can you give a salary like that to mess with all of your accounts receivable and just send you one 1099 at the end of the year and chase everybody that don't pay? I'd be fine with that. You're not going to pay anybody a salary that's under 10K, under 20K probably to mess with all that. And that's just one less thing I don't have to deal with. Have 100% control of the loads you took. That was kind of the deal sealer for me. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's, of course, they're not going to force you. I mean, you're paying them to work for you. But you might learn a lot too if you can. They'll put lanes together for you and stuff like that, or they'll start to piece stuff together. You'll learn what parts of the area you want to be in, especially for this. And that's another thing too is that I knew the freight lanes in the van world really good because that's kind of where I first got the load board test put to the test several years ago. So I knew the whole kind of like, well, where I like to run with bands and stuff like that. But then I switched to flatbeds and I figured out kind of where I like to run the flatbed world. And then Hot Shot is not it's not the flatbed where it's its own thing. It's crazy and it's so sporadic and it changes every week. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Who'd win in a fight? Me or Toe Piglet? I don't know. I don't know who Toe Piglet with any is, man. You like running the Gulf? I can't do that much humidity. I'm hating it. I'm going right back to Atlanta. Ugh, I'm done with summer. How's freight looking now? Lots of loads. There's plenty of loads out. But the new MC's killing me. Um, good websites are for them for return availability. There's really not. I don't know if a lot of people would talk about that. I mean, it's the load boards are spot market for the most part. So I mean, it just pops up as it's needed. The best way to test that is just subscribe to a load board and kind of just burn that first month and see for yourself. I love YouTube. That's about all I watch anymore, honestly, even at the house. Am I monetized? Yes, I'm monetized. Have not gotten paid yet, which is fine by me. It's not why I'm doing this, but I don't understand. I don't know. I might be missing a step in something. I don't know about that, but yeah, it's making a little bit of money. It's doing all right. First Midwest load, 700 miles, 2 grand. Yeah, there you go. I've seen a lot of oversized pop up lately. Your truck enterprise lease, yes, or it's a rental, but you do. It's a contract. They don't consider it a lease. It's still a rental. See many women in hot shot. Uh, I really haven't. No, it's been almost all guys. I've seen hot shot a bit. Yeah, I've seen Natalie. Not in person, but I saw her channel before I even was doing hot shot. I saw her back at the beginning of the year, or about April, I guess it was. Run step, yeah, step is good. Actually, when I still had my truck, I was really, really, really wanting an RGN because there's a lot of ag equipment moved around where I live. Lots. But I decided to kind of go this way. Some places I like to stay out of: Northeast, California, New Mexico, Oregon, states that make me pay to drive there on top of what I've already paid. I don't like dealing with traffic like that. You can make I mean, the money looks good on paper, but I mean, if it takes you a day to go 300 miles, it's not worth it to me. Unless you live there. If I lived there, I'd love it. If I hadn't killed myself yet, because I lived in the Northeast. Dad offers a 3 month trial. Yeah, and you get a discount if you're an OOIDA member. Lynchburg, Virginia. Yeah, is that as far as you go? I might touch Richmond. That's about it, though. I don't even like PA's south. PA's northeast of me. Am I going to sign an OP? What is that? Owner op? Not for a while. I'm going to be solo for probably at least 12 months. I haven't decided what I want to do. Um, may not. It's probably not. I'm probably not going to do anything company right yet. I don't know. It's there's a lot of directions I could go, and I've been talking to some people about that, some business minded people, and it's really I haven't narrowed it down yet. I'm gonna have to kind of see what I'm gonna have to kind of just feel this out and get some legs under it and see which direction I want to go. But as for right now, it'll just be me for now. Do I ever use broker load boards? Yeah, direct boards. Yeah, I'm on a couple, but nothing major. And it seems like everybody I'm with, I'm never where the loads are, so it doesn't help me. Uh, how's the oil patch states with loads? Dakota, Colorado, Wyoming, same as they always are. A lot in and nothing out, unless unless you're in a big truck. Like your LLC on your laptop, you double time in there, and you're ready to go, man. You got to get that house first, though. Any brokers you should avoid working with? I can't bash anybody. Um, I would say if you use a factoring company, whoever's not approved. There, is that? I think it's a safe answer in it. Um, from what I've heard, Dakotas are doing good. Colorado not as much. I've got I want to test out the Dakotas. Because I had a pretty good string of luck last time I was there. Um, You got to be willing to go somewhere though. There's not a lot to where you're going to jump up in the Dakotas and wind up in Chicago again for the same rate. You got to be real creative up there, but you're not so far out like in Colorado. Colorado's just, I don't know why it's such a dead end. I mean, it's like it's on the way to a lot of places, both directions, and it doesn't make sense to me why freight's so cheap out there. But I guess it's because somebody got it that low, and that's where it stayed. Going back to semi someday, I don't know. I'm not opposed to it. If the money's there, I will. But I don't. I really don't know. I think what I'm going to focus on right now is dialing down the over the road uh, span. I want to come back to like a regional area. I've done some regional work before with a company that I worked with, and I really enjoyed that. But I mean, it helps too whenever um, it helps whenever you can dial all that down because now if you can make the money you can make OTR, but your expenses are way less because there's almost no time. Your days are shorter. You're home more. You're spending less on everything. It's just I mean that's the way to do it there. As a small operation or even a small fleet, when you start getting big, then yeah, you need to be everywhere. Oh shit, I gotta scroll up here. Um, how much is the difference in the insurance hot shot and semi? Huge, like 50% or less. It's awesome. I think I was quoted, or no, on the truck it was right at 24, and with the hot shot it's not even 10. So that's awesome. It depends on what state you're in. There's a few states. I think Wisconsin's one of them. There's a few states that won't let you do it, but it's just a few. It's just like literally three. Um, it's not hard. It's just irritating, really. It would be a lot easier if everybody wasn't working from home, but when I had to sign up for all that, it was dead on in April, so it was pretty ridiculous. It's not like I said, it's not hard. You just to get the apportions plate, the if there's part of the apportion, even though it's two separate things, it's all kind of done at the same time. Portion plates on your first year, they're going to go ahead and do like a national average, and IFTA is free until you file the first quarter you run. It doesn't cost anything to get signed up with IFTA. I think the hardest thing about all that is just getting people on the phone. No oil field work. Yeah, yeah. I've talked to a couple of people that are having to pull out of the oil field. Any freight to Canada. I saw a load to Quebec the other day. I didn't really pay attention to it though because I'm not running up there, but I'm not sure what the rates would be. I mean, I remember that typical full blown flatbed rates were pretty decent to go into Canada, especially if it just dropped right in, right there outside of Detroit or up top by Marysville. 15 years towing business. That ought to be a step. You don't like getting called all night? Stay getting in a hot shot? No, not yet. No. This is a. I think this was a good move because it still puts me into what I want to do, but it's been a lot more versatile for me anyway. That's like, I mean all that stuff is just that's just opinion, and it comes down to the person. You know what you need and what you got going on. Let's see. Yeah, I've talked to Robert B. Tim, if you want to talk about hauling boats, get a hold of him. That's about yeah. I was gonna say that's about all he does. I think it's tow away, right, Robert? Just a truck, no trailer. That's funny there. Becoming Western Borders, okay, near PA and all that, or not PA, geez, Washington, WA. Hey man, thanks, Logan. I appreciate that, man. 2 weeks left on trailer and going up and going. See how? Yeah, I'll be here if you're ever on this side. This is where I'm going to try to stick around. Basically, in between I-35 and I-75. Sorry, I'm trying to find all this here. What's better and what makes more money? Flatbed, drive in, reefer. Um, I've actually hauled every single bit of that, and it depends on where you are, who you're hooked up with, and what time of year it is. Um, all of those do well. Yes, even drive in. If you don't believe that, uh, see what happens around the beginning of December all the way through the new year. And I'm not just talking about Amazon freight. Oh, these parcels move even into October because that's where all the Black Friday stuff is coming in too. And not just the getting it to Walmart part, but getting it to the carriers and all that stuff. I mean that van gets ridiculous near the wintertime if you're in the right place and you know the right places to be. They're all good. It just depends on what time of year. I like flatbed. Out of everything I've done, I like flatbed the best. So towing has been a great business. Yeah, I know a few tow truck guys. It seems like those guys. It seems like most you towing guys always want to step up to the heavy haul tows, pulling the trucks out of the ditches. I mean, I guess it pays, but man, there's a lot of money in that stuff. Just involved in the rig itself. That's nuts. Based out of North Mississippi. Oh yeah, yeah. You're good up there too. You've got man. What do you got to pick from? Olive Branch, and you've got Tupelo up there, and Memphis is right there. And yeah, North Mississippi ain't a bad spot. And it gets overlooked a lot because sometimes if people are selected by states, they forget about that big section right there, like New Haven and all that. It's heavy with freight. And down 75, going through Hot Atlanta. Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow morning. I'll be right behind you, and it will be at night because I'm not messing with rush hour there. Even though most of the day, most daylight is rush hour in Atlanta. It seems like. Thought about travel trailers. Heard some bad stories. Yeah, I've I've heard that enclosed trailers are actually kind of becoming like a pretty hot commodity right now. I've seen a lot of those car guys stacking like six tiny ones on like those some of those 3-car wedges and stuff like that. It's pretty wild. What about Arkansas? Um, for flatbed freight, West Memphis and Little Rock is literally about all I've seen. Now, if you're hauling a tanker, I can tell you tons of places to go in Little Rock or in the Arkansas. Or the big truck flatbed, you've got the Northeast by Blyville. There's a I think there's a Newport plant up there. Or Yamamoto, it's some weird name. you're in Corinth. Yeah, I've been down there plenty of times. That's not a bad spot. You're not too far from Jackson either. So yeah, it's a pretty good spot right there. If you think too, if Memphis is only an hour away, I mean, it's gonna. What would it take to even deadhead there? You know, probably not even $15 in a hot shot anyway. Yeah, Tahoe bumper full into Hoover. Yeah, let me know how that works for you. Oh, that'd be a sick joke right there. West Side C, or is it all work? Right now, it's all work. Even time off is all work. It feels like anyway. But now that I've kind of got, and I'm not doing the boards tonight. There's been, it's just, I don't know, just trying to make. I want the pieces to work like I know they can, and there's so many things holding me back that like it's just you just want to do the next thing, and it's just like man, it's hard. More videos coming soon. Yeah, yeah. I'm piecing together the end of this week as of right now, kind of in the middle. I'm going to do a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and probably cut it off tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be after I drop this or when I pick the next one. I'll probably go ahead and pick the next one up. It's right there by the airport, and there in Atlanta. So, but that'll end that one. That'll be what went down yesterday. Today was kind of yeah. Today was a waste, really. All I did was drop that first half of the trailer off and search for loads all day. But I did get an inspection. Oh, I got a level one and passed that, so it's good. Let's see, Titan Hauler. I don't guess I've heard of him, Robert. Man, so CDL for over 15 years. So it's a weird, yeah, it's a weird industry. It's I thought it would be a whole lot easier. I thought it would be I mean, I didn't think it would be easier in the sense of booking freight. I mean, I knew that freight is harder on this, but I figured that pretty much the premise behind it would be a lot easier, and it's really its own thing. Um, there's a ton that's similar to regular flatbed work, but it's kind of its own thing. And you go to a lot of places that because when you go to the semi land, you're really just dealing with like warehousing and big stock, just basically yards that are for stock and all that. And you get a lot of different places. But like I said, it's you can't really base a hot shot lane off of a flatbed lane because they're different, and timing is more so everything than season and all that. It's just so weird. It's kind of interesting except for right now because I can't book half the stuff I look at because I'm not 90 days. But I kind of I like that aspect of it. It's not boring. It's not boring and it's not repetitious, and it's pretty different. Happened about the broker that called about the posting. I mean, it was, they asked, I said, okay. Asked not to do that anymore. So yeah, I'm not going to mess with that anymore. I mean, everybody's, I've got to sit there and edit out the names and edit out the company. And, if they were actually to go into a long conversation, I don't really want to burn any bridges with anybody I'm with. And, you know, the more this channel grows, the more people that know who that name is and all that. I don't want to get any backlash from. I don't want to hurt my business with YouTube. You know what I mean? So because I mean there's like a lot of people that do the hot shot thing, or not a lot, but some. This is kind of just like secondary or something fun to do or a retirement plan or you basically living out retirement and stuff like that. But I mean, this puts food on my table and I got a lot of mouths at the house. So, I have to rely on this a whole lot more than YouTube. So I kind of got to balance those two pretty good and just making brokers mad at me isn't a way to do that. So, feel the DOT are harder on one-ton gooseneck or is it the same? No, they definitely are because they'll actually tell you they are because they say we're easy. So they roll a hot shot rolls in, and I've heard we start licking our chops, and it's you guys have a target on your back, and yeah, they definitely come after it because so many people are eat up. You'll see it on the road all the time. Just pay attention when you start passing people. It's nuts what some of these guys get away with, and it's nuts what you see people just hauling around in town with just stuff falling out of people's trailers, and to know the hoops that we've got to go through to be legal on all this stuff, and it's just like whatever, man. Has had Matt worth it in hot shot? Hot shot. It depends. If you've got like somebody that you pull with that needs it, yeah, it's absolutely worth it. But in tanker, yeah, definitely worth it in tanker. Record abilities. No, not on your own. Now it might. I don't think it would really hinder you on anything. I mean, as long as you can keep a license with what happened. But I think the only thing it would keep you away from would be military bases. Annual inspections. I get mine done at a diesel repair shop or like a semi trailer repair shop. But I mean, you could pull into like TA or Petro if there's one near you and get one done there. You can get one done at Speedco, even though you are a pickup truck. The portion plates before or after taking possession of the rental. You got to have it after because you got to have the enterprise will send you a copy of the title. Yeah, no problem, Lewis. Or Luis. What year is this? This truck's a 2020. Have I ever damaged a load? Yes. On purpose? No. That's a big reason I did the strap buzzing video because I did get popped once a long time ago for uh, paint. It rubbed the paint raw on a corner. It was from the buzzing. Yeah, yeah, I know it's and on Instagram, what is his Jason Kendall, Hotshot Haulers, he does that stuff too. There's plenty of it. You can take several pictures a day. Work with some equipment auction houses to haul for. Not personally. I've hauled a couple of loads and actually this bucket that I have right now is a purchase from an auction. It's just an excavator bucket though, but I don't work with any directly. Base. Yeah, with a record, no, ain't gonna happen. You can't even get on with like a pending court case, depending on what it is. Equipment in the road. Yeah, yeah, it's nuts. Thoughts on oversized worth the hustle? Absolutely. Um, do your own accounts though. If you've got your own company, do your own accounts because most of the places that I've talked to, like the permit places, um, they can get it to you quicker, but you can register an account online for free with each state. Most states are online, and some of these permit companies like literally charge you double what the permits cost. Crazy. But yeah, oversized if it pays right. Authority's valid as long as you keep insurance on it and stay out of trouble and keep up with it. I mean, you got to register this, that, and the other. You got to file your MCS 150 and all that. I bought my own truck, Ram or Ford. Um, Longevity wise, I'm not sure because the amount of money I'm saving on this truck, even with this load, the bucket was 4,000 pounds and the plates up front was like 500, and the trailer weighs 81. So I'm basically dragging what 12 to 13,000, and on the way up here, I got from southern Chicago down to middle of Tennessee. I got 12.8 miles per gallon. I'm pretty happy with that, and that's the Ford with the 10 speed. Yeah, Ritchie Brothers have tons of stuff. It's very wise to have a a winch plate and a winch on there though. Most of that stuff doesn't run. How much can I scale? If it was distributed perfectly, I could put 16,100 on this trailer the way it is. Quick pass for scales and codes. Yeah, got the pre-pass, elite pass. It does both. That's all I got, guys. I was just gonna jump on here and say hi again. Like I said, I know it's been a while, and there's a lot of new people, so many new people. And thank you guys if you're watching for subscribing. So I just wanted to give you an update on the struggles, the somewhat struggles of fresh new authority. But there are ways around it. You're not going to completely avoid it. You just have to be very persistent and do favors. I mean, if it's like last week, I hauled like a $350 load, and it didn't go that far. But usually, I wouldn't do it, but the guy needed it moved, and I moved it, and I got signed on with, you get signed on with a 90-day company, you're signed on, you know. That's pretty. You gotta kind of play it smart. You don't have to lose your dignity doing it, but it's definitely beneficial to kind of play super nice there at first. Am I doing CEO? Yeah. All right, hang on one second. All right, people. Okay. It's still big. I think he's busy too. Yes, I am doing CDO hot shot. Yes, I am CDO. Yep. Ram is better built truck. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people having issues with the Rams right now, or this new gen though. But and it's the more the issues are more common, the less you can take away from operator issues. So, um, I mean, it doesn't matter what name's on it; they're going to break down. They're going to have problems. Um, but this one right here, like I said, the transmission is just great on this thing. The fuel savings are insane. That's my opinion on airbags. Single strain. I actually said earlier, yeah, that my next trailer will be bagged, and the ride quality's better, of course, and it doesn't shake the freight on the trailer near as bad, but I've actually lost loads because I don't have air ride 3 today. Oh yeah, no, I'm not giving up. Labor Day weekend hurting freight rates. Rates, I don't know. Availability and timing, absolutely 100% yes. It has totally killed my day today, which is fine. I'm on my way in right now, but I've got so much deck space open right now, and I just could not find it to fill because I basically had to switch gears today, being Thursday, and start looking to make sure I didn't get hung in Atlanta because I wanted to put a couple $100 piece of equipment on the back of my truck just because I had room. If I ever met a hotshot driver who's been doing it for more than 5 years, absolutely is. Coming to Atlanta, it's gonna be hot. Yeah, it was hot when it's always hot. It's fine though. I'll be gone by noon, hopefully. Let's see. Trying to figure out your YouTube channel name before you roll out. Yeah. So some people ask me how I came up with this one. It's like I don't know. It just made sense. It was actually going to be Miser spelled the right way, Miser, but there's a there's a patent on. It's actually it's a real thing. A load Miser is it's a control box. I think it's Canadian. It's a control box that I guess it's almost like a what are those? It's like a big conductor. I guess it just holds excess energy till it's needed. A Ford fanboy. No, I've honestly never liked Ford. That was just visual preference, really. I've never needed many pickup trucks to actually like make me money. So the performance aspects and all that has never really been that much of a thing, but it is now. That's for sure. I don't have many complaints. The only complaint I have about this truck right here is it doesn't have heated mirrors, which this morning was really annoying because it was super humid and foggy, and I could not see behind me for quite a while. Hey, thanks, Luis. I appreciate that, man. AJ's here. You always come up at the end, man. I've been on for an hour and 5 minutes, and you're just now coming in. You're getting a hot shot, but it's too expensive to start up. It's not that bad, but you definitely want to make sure you have the money. You don't want to come into this spending every penny you've got to get into it because you won't make it. You gotta absorb the initial impact that this has. Got to be able to float it for a minute. All the hotshot people use new trucks. Old school Dodges. Very reliable. They may be reliable with an engine, but most of the new trucks, I mean, you got to think about how much of the rest of the truck is about ready to go. All the suspension parts and everything like that. Just used vehicles, you basically you end up starting to rebuild it. How much for a 40-foot straight deck with air ride? Probably about 16 to 18. Rubber. Yeah, yeah. I thought about it on one, man. It's like, oh my god, please. But yeah, I can't risk that one. That's the last thing I want to do is call insurance. A Ford with a cat engine, yeah. Cats are getting expensive to work on. You're headed over. Oh, you're still doing the recoveries. How much you got? How much time you got left until you go out on your own in Phoenix, AJ? Who makes the best trailer? I can't say. I've only pulled PJ, so I can't even answer that. It's about the same with the trucks. Whichever one rolls and makes you money. You need to get a Ram. You get a 2020 Ram, 35, 47K. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, thanks, Luis. That's awesome. You guys don't have to send anything. Don't feel like you owe me anything. This advice is all free here. Yeah, 47K for a 35. If I was gonna buy a truck, I'd wait a couple more months because now they're gonna start clearing out the stock and they're gonna have crazy rebates. See what that might drop to then. Because I wouldn't be in too big of a hurry to jump in right now too because summer's almost over and winter's right around the corner. So yeah, see these guys talking about the 12 valve Cummins and stuff. Like I've only heard about. I have no. I'm not a diesel mechanic. That's 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 above my head there. Reasonable commercial insurance payment. I'd uh I'd want to be as close to 10 as possible, 10,000 a year, give or take a couple of thousand each way. That's going to really depend on a few things in the state you're in. 3 months and 15 days. Well, you got it nailed, don't you? Insurance is going to be around 15 a year. You're in Canada though, right, Jeff? South Florida. Oh yeah. Actually, I got a case hat back there from Homeland or Homestead, a place I picked up from down there. Man, it's more or less with an older truck. Probably less. Because if you're financing a new truck, it's going to have a policy on it, just like you would regular insurance. Where you got to have full coverage on it. You got to have the same on a commercial policy, and the more it's valued at, the higher it's going to be. Work's going to get slow, always does. I mean, who knows though? This year may be the weird year where everything takes off, but I highly doubt it. It actually shocked me that freight picked up like it did in June, like it typically does every year. That was pretty nice to see because April was terrible. May wasn't great either. What a 12 a year for insurance new authority from Texas. It's not bad. Factory order, 79 Canadian. Get the free diesel discount. What is that? Yeah, it's coming using oil. Yeah, it's that Burns equipment. I've been hearing some complaints about the new gen Rams. Like I said, I'm not a diesel truck mechanic dude, so that's I'll just take people's words for that, I guess, because I have no idea, no experience in it at all. Oh, you're 22 with 16 a year. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Yeah, you're in the super expensive bracket, and I've had a higher payment than that, leased on, so that's pretty decent. Truck driver. I crept around 294 and dropped 355 around there. I was gonna go through the city, but time wasn't gonna let me. I was actually gonna get a pretty good video driving through the city, but I was gonna hit it right at rush hour, right at like 7:50 in the morning. So I decided to just take 294. And it actually worked. It was pretty sweet. Um, I didn't even hit the brakes. Didn't see brakes. It was awesome. Went all the way to the top of Chicago like that. So for trailer sale, thinking of buying it and having a friend put air on it. I just make sure he knows what he's doing when you start popping stuff like that, because insurance, you got to make sure he's certified too and stuff. Because I mean, if stuff you got to think long term with, and worst case scenario really sometimes too. Because if you wreck and somebody gets hurt, and come to find out, the part that failed was something your friend did. Yeah, it's gonna be a bad day. Oh man, yeah, but I didn't even think about that. This whole pandemic thing and stuff like Uber, man, yeah, it's definitely it's just it's touched everybody. I think in one way or another. I'm sure there's people reeling it in off of this, but it's definitely nobody that I know and not me. 1900 comp cargo, aggressive. Or should I stop around? I would try to get at least two quotes, but that's not crazy terrible at all. Right there, 1900 for that. Is that 100K CVM? All right, see you, Robert. Never try. Osbaldo. I actually came out of a truck. I drove a semi for 11 years and came down to doing this. I guess you'd call it coming down. 9,700 off upgraded diesel. Wow, that's pretty sick. That's an awesome deal, Jeff. Sweet. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I haven't heard of that. Is that just in Canada? Yeah, for your age, Logan. Yeah, that's decent right there. I'm surprised it's not in the 20s. I'd jump on that and not ask questions. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I didn't even intend to be on here this long. I think you can see it actually got dark behind me. So, but I've had a crazy day. I've been up for way too long. So I'm gonna just wanted to check in with everybody and show face a little bit and put something out that wasn't just one of these vlogs now, which are fun to make, but um, I still want to do the content too. It's just like, this is really easy doing the vlog style stuff because I just kind of set and record and just talk about what was right in front of me. I don't have to come up with a whole bunch of stuff and check all my facts and make sure that everything's straight and all that, but and make sure there's no noise around me and it's just it's nice because I've had absolutely no time to do that. So so yeah, this has been the whole vlog thing has been pretty good, and it's nice you guys enjoy that, and I'm trying to keep it all interesting and show everything. So um I'll keep doing that, but like I said, I'm still going to make, separated content videos that's specific to one thing. But I try to include everything, just like the last one had some tarping and some strap, uh, kind of tips in there and stuff like that. So I'm trying to kind of include it all in, and I'm trying to keep them as short as I can because I don't want anything to be boring. Um, so I'm trying to kind of try to check all the boxes in that, and give myself some time to even try to go to sleep every once in a while. So, but we'll I'll catch up with you guys next time. Like I said, I'll be dropping the video of the end of this week either tomorrow evening. I don't. I'm not really gonna have that. I'll probably drop it tomorrow evening because I'm gonna leave somewhat early in the morning. So my day will end, early afternoon or probably mid afternoon to later evening. So if I can put it all together, I'll drop it off. But it's going to be way too late. I'll go ahead and just do it like Saturday morning for you guys. Yeah, I'll let it come back up on the page there, Adam. I just don't know how long it takes. It seems like these lives take a minute to be replayed. And I noticed on here again, I was kind of mumbling and I meant to read all the questions that I was answering, but there's actually a lot. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot more people on here now, so it's kind of having to scroll a whole lot more and just try to catch up to see where I was. And if I missed your question, I'm sorry. I kind of got off track there a little bit, but yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this up. I want to try to do this. I think maybe once a month will work for these lives, like a little bit of Q&A and kind of give a little bit more updates and answer, direct questions like this for you guys rather than just trying to kind of hit everything. And I mean, you'll be able to see all week if you're following the channel, as following it, um, kind of what gets done during the month or the week or whatever. And kind of break down other things, or you can ask, direct questions about that. I'm still trying to answer all the questions in the comments on uh, all the videos anyway. So we'll just see what happens, and I'm going to keep grinding away. I'm not going to give up or anything, but you guys are going to see the whole thing happen. So if you're thinking about getting into this, pay attention, because I never did say it was easy, and I'm going to show you how easy it's not. And it's not talking about physically or mentally or anything like that. Well, I mean, kind of mentally. It's pretty hard, but the stress is high, because the stress is high because it's uncertainty everywhere, and you start lining stuff up, and then something gets knocked down, but you got to be persistent, and that's how you will make it. You've got to be able to go through that though, but it's definitely going to yeah, I'll keep this as a video, Tim. um you definitely got to have the money to start this and float, not just the business, but your personal life too, whatever that involves. That's why when people say, how much money do I need to start Hot Shot? I don't know what your life's like. I don't know how much your bills are every month at your house. It's not just Hot Shot you've got to pay for. So, there's a lot to it. And we'll touch on everything. We'll eventually get to all that. I think I've got 39 videos up now. So the more content I put out, the more I can direct people to certain things and the more we'll cover. But it's got to be one at a time. And time's not on my side right now. But like I said, just wanted to come out and we'll get more going. And everybody have a good holiday weekend. And I'll catch up with you guys next time.